Back in junior high, I started dating this guy. He's now my husband. But since we were so young, we had one of those classic on and off relationships all through high school. During one of our off periods, I was going through some typical teenage girl drama and lost most of my friends. This was during COVID, and with nothing else to do, I got into gaming and ended up becoming close with a group of guys I met online. They also went to my school. I know what you're thinking. Ugh, one of those girls who only hangs with guys because they're less drama. Nope. If anything, guy friend groups are more drama when you're the only girl. Anyway, I developed a small crush on one of the guys. Let's call him Kyle. Not my usual type, but he was funny and easy to talk to, especially after a breakup. I told him I wasn't ready to date again yet, but I liked him and could see things going somewhere eventually. He didn't take that well. He kept rushing me, wanting to lock something down, and every time I asked for space, he got mad. Like blow up on me and kick me out of the group chat mad. He'd start fights, try to turn the others against me, didn't really work thankfully, and was constantly checking if I still liked him if I took too long to reply. It was exhausting. Clingy is fine, but manipulative clingy? Not so much. I had extracurriculars, the life, and he acted like I owed him 24/7 attention. Despite all the drama, we kissed a couple of times, but we were never official. Eventually, I found out other guys in the group liked me too, and the whole situation got weird. I ended up cutting ties with all of them. Months later, I got back together with my now husband. That really pissed Kyle off. He started posting music on SoundCloud and Spotify, basically painting me as the villain. Songs about how I led him on, how awful I was, etc. But I was happy, so I ignored it. Fast forward to about a year after graduation. My now husband had just proposed. We were thrilled, posted the engagement photos, the whole thing. We got nearly 700 likes on Instagram as our whole high school anticipated this happening. Then coincidentally, almost the day after we post the photos, Kyle texts me asking us if we want to meet up. So my husband says, why not? And we end up going to hang out with Kyle. I know it was a dumb idea, but since my husband was about to leave for the military, we figured it couldn't hurt to reconnect with some people before everything changed. Kyle picks us up. He seems insanely excited to see us, which is really weird since we don't really talk and weren't left off on a good note. We drive to the mall, walk around, grab food, pretty normal stuff. We caught up on the year since graduation, but even during that, I could tell something about him had shifted. His smile didn't feel real. His eyes were off, like he was looking through us. We get back in the car and start driving aimlessly through town. It's late, probably around 10 p.m. No traffic. Everything's quiet. Then he starts speeding. Not like a fun little thrill, no. He's pushing 110 in a 30 zone. Flying through red lights, swerving around corners like he's trying to get us killed. I half laughed at first, thinking he was just showing off. But he kept doing it. He'd casually mention how the seatbelts in the car don't really work, and how he isn't a great driver. Then came the real red flags. He starts talking about how he thinks he's not wired like other people. Said he doesn't really feel anything when people die. No sadness. No guilt. Just nothing. He even said, I think I might be a little psychotic. My husband kind of shrugged it off with an awkward, that's not good, but I remember sitting there, heart pounding, suddenly hyper-aware of the locked doors, the broken seatbelt, and how fast we were going. He starts bringing up how badly I hurt him when we were 15 and that he never mentally recovered. I obviously said sorry and that I was a stupid teenager, but I thought we were past this since we both made mistakes. The whole car ride was just off. He was blasting these songs he made about me. Weird lyrics. Excessive. My husband and I exchanged a glance, but we let it go. Eventually, he pulls into this massive park in the middle of town, the one with that huge new staircase they built on the mountain. No one else is around. It's pitch black. He goes, "Do you guys want to go for a walk?" We get out and start walking. The stairs go high, higher than they look from the road. I'm already uncomfortable, but I go anyway. About halfway up, my knee starts acting up, old basketball injury, so I tell them I'm staying put. Kyle stops too and starts talking again, this time about how he feels like he never really got closure, how he still dreams about me, how he's never been able to connect with anyone else the same way. He says this while my fiancé is standing right there. Tension is unbearable. My husband tries to keep things chill, even jokes lightly, but you can tell he's ready to leave and is getting a little worked up. Eventually, Kyle keeps going. He walks way ahead, then yells back, "You guys should come up here. It's crazy. Just look at this drop." We glance up. He's standing at this unfinished part of the staircase, near a ledge with nothing but raw cement below. One wrong step and that's it. My husband looks at me, then calls back, "Nah, we're good. Let's head back." Back in the car, it's tense. He's fidgety, kind of quiet that feels heavy. He breaks the silence by saying, "If I had a gun right now, I don't know what I'd do." Just like that. Calm. Cold. No emotion in his voice. My body locked up. I didn't even know what to say. My husband leaned forward and asked if he was okay. Kyle just gave a weird little smirk and looked away. He said, "I'm good, just making conversation." We were utterly spooked and kept mentioning that we were tired and ready to go home, but he literally wouldn't take us. Finally, a cop car slowly rolls into the parking lot. Normal, right? We weren't doing anything wrong. Maybe Kyle was just unfiltered like how I knew him in high school. But Kyle loses it. Starts panicking. Slamming the steering wheel. Breathing fast. He mutters, "If he pulls us over, just say we were having a threesome." What? We blink at him. That made no sense. We weren't high. We weren't drunk. We weren't even being loud. But he's acting like he's running from something. Something worse. Cop doesn't stop us. Just passes by. Kyle pulls out of the lot fast, then drives us straight home without another word. He doesn't even say goodbye when we get out, just speeds off. Was it just me, or did it feel like he was trying to kill us? And I didn't even hesitate. "No," I said. "It wasn't just you." After that night, we didn't talk to Kyle. Like, at all. We both agreed it was weird, too weird. My husband said he couldn't shake the feeling that we'd narrowly avoided something awful. And honestly, same. The way Kyle stared from that ledge? Blank. Like he was watching and waiting for something to happen. The things he was saying in the car driving so recklessly. How freaked he got about the cop. The next weekend, we had made plans to meet up with some more old friends, the guys in the initial friend group where Kyle and I met. Turns out they had all cut Kyle off. I hadn't realized how serious it was. There'd been some drama. Apparently, Kyle had been dating a girl, we will call her Sarah, who cheated on one of the guys in the group. Things got messy. Sarah ended up pregnant, but wanted nothing to do with Kyle. Sarah claimed the baby wasn't his. Now that the kid's born, it really does look like the guy she says is the father, but still. Heavy, emotional stuff. And Kyle? He didn't seem to be coping. We told them about our strange night with him, about the car ride, the creepy conversation, the ledge. They didn't even flinch. One of them actually said, Yeah, that sounds like something he'd do. But then they brushed it off. Jealous maybe, but harmless, one of them said. Till the more we talked, the darker it got. They told us that when Kyle found out I was engaged, he went off the deep end. Full-on drinking rampage. Punched holes in the walls. Tried to fight another guy in the group who, by the way, is one of the gentlest people you'll ever meet and is on the spectrum. Then Kyle disappeared for a few days. Wouldn't answer texts. Wouldn't call back. When he finally resurfaced, it was like nothing happened. Just showed up at their condo like he hadn't dropped off the grid after threatening one of his closest friends. Smiled. Laughed. Did normal. No apologies. No explanation. Weeks go by. My husband ships out for training. I stay in town but move back with my parents to wrap things up before I move when he's done. My parents live about 30 minutes outside of town. It's a very, very small community. They have about 3 acres of land and it's a dirt road leading only to their house. I always felt safe there though, since we had cameras everywhere and everyone in the community owns guns, including my dad. If someone was on the dirt road, my dad would sit on the porch with a gun, since we never had any uninvited visitors. Then I start getting messages. From Kyle. Said he wanted to hang out one more time before my husband left for the military. I told him we were busy. He didn't respond after that. But then weird stuff started happening. One night, I swear I saw his car drive by the dirt road in front of the house. This was insanely strange because, like I said, we are pretty secluded. Another time, I noticed a notification from a random burner account viewing my Instagram stories, always the first viewer. Every time I blocked it, a new one would pop up. No posts, no followers, just watching. I tried to tell myself it wasn't him, but I knew it was. I start getting messages from another burner account. They're not threatening exactly, but they're off. The long rants about people being fake, how no one really understands loyalty, and these cryptic comments like, "You're lucky. He's lucky." It could have been different, but I let it go. Let what go? I don't respond. He tells me. It's Kyle, by the way. I figure he's just spiraling, maybe going through something. I block the account and set mine to private. We never saw him again in person. He kind of just disappeared after that. No mutual friends mentioned him. No posts. Nothing. It was like he dropped off the map. 6 months later, I reunited with my husband and we moved several states away to a military base. Life finally felt calm again. Then out of nowhere, we got a call from one of the guys from the old friend group. A bunch of them were still roommates, so they were all together when the call came in. It started like this. "Did you hear what happened?" "What? Is everything okay?" Kyle tried to break into Sarah's house. I just froze. Why? Why would he do that? He claimed the baby was his. Said she'd been lying to him the whole time. According to them, Sarah said he showed up out of nowhere, managed to get inside, and at some point, while holding the baby, he tried to take her. In the chaos, she said he somehow stabbed her. He was arrested not long after. That's probably why no one had heard from him. Why he vanished. But then it got worse. The guys told me that when he was arrested, they found a notebook. It had our names on every page, Sarah's and mine. Obsessive stuff. Pages and pages of graphic, violent fantasies. About killing our significant others. About our wording us in front of our husbands. And if he couldn't have us like that, he wrote that he'd end all of us together. It's been 3 years. I still have nightmares. I sometimes dread that one day I'll have to explain the whole thing to my kids and tell them to be careful with their high school flings, as it can either end like my husband and I married, together for 10 years, or like Kyle, still seeking revenge for a petty kiss and a crush 5 years later. I often think about that night on the staircase, about how he kept calling us to come up, kept saying how crazy the drop was. What if we had gone? What if we hadn't stopped halfway? What if I never had that basketball injury or my husband to put his foot down? If that cop hadn't shown up and spooked him just enough? Maybe things would have ended very differently. But they didn't. And I think that's the only reason I'm still here to tell this story. The scariest part isn't what he did. It's how close we were to being the headline instead.